What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Laura J.
And it's your girl, Mara.
And welcome back to the SoulSistas Podcast. Yay! Another week. Thank y'all for coming back. We love y'all so much. As you know, we like to open every episode with a prayer. I think it's my turn to pray. So.
It is.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for another day and just everything that you are and your existence and your presence in our life. And we just ask that you continue to watch over us and protect us spiritually, physically, and mentally, us and our viewers, Father God. Order our words today and let our words resonate with our viewers today, and let this video reach anyone who needs to hear it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Aren't y'all proud of us for being consistent?
No,
like,
for
this
real.
like week 3? Yeah, this our third week.
Period. New year, new us.
I love that phrase.
Oh yeah, what's the haps? What's been going on? You know.
I had a long day, I'm not gonna lie. Just work, really. But it's just a lot going on. Other than that, same old, same old. I kept my niece, nephew, and little sister this past weekend, which was fun. Y'all, I really enjoyed their company. I love the kids.
Oh, that's why you was like picking up these kids. I didn't know what you meant by that, but I was like,
No, yeah.
I
They stayed with Auntie.
Aw.
TT. That's
What you do with them?
So we went to the movies. We saw the SpongeBob movie.
Was it good?
No. Like, this shit was ass. I was on my phone, not gonna lie.
I could tell by the marketing. It was off. I was just like, like
Yeah, you
nothing's
know-
gonna beat the original SpongeBob
Yeah.
movie. But go ahead.
Like, a lot of kid movies, like, you can kind of get into. Might not be your, like, first choice.
Mhm.
But no, it was one of them that was just like,
I saw a lot of people saying it was a lot of like, you know, adult jokes and innuendos in there. Was that true?
I would say it was some.
Mm.
When I was paying attention.
I thought that was so weird that they had ice. Did you see when she went to the thing and she was like in that see-through dress and a thong? She was like at the premiere or something.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Girl, they was dragging her. They was like, girl, you was in front of, like, it's a kid's movie. Allegedly, it's a kid's movie. And she had on, like, this see-through dress and, like, a thong. And she looked so uncomfortable. I was like,
Yeah, that's definitely a little weird. But I did not see that. But yeah, I went to the movies. They wanted to go to the gym so bad. And it was so stressful because,
The gym.
yeah, like the gym, but...
To work out?
Yes, but like as an auntie, like you just be so cautious, like
Why the kids want to
I don't know why they wanted to do that, but they did. So I took them to the gym, went to the mall.
You buying some stuff?
Not really. I bought them some food. We played games. We had fun. I had a good time. I really did. It wasn't even like, oh, I'm watching kids. It's like we're having a good time.
I
So,
love that.
but yeah, other than that, not really nothing. What about you?
Same old, same old. My life is so boring, y'all. I don't really have any updates, especially because I'm not in school no more. Like, life is just so boring and I'm not working right now. But, yeah, that's same old, just kicking it.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to go ahead and I'm excited about these topics today. So, dealing with mental health while still believing in God. How do you manage being depressed while still having that relationship and still trusting in Him?
Yeah, depression, anxiety, PTSD, just trauma in general, and dealing with those things. I'll say it's pretty easy for me to still believe in God while going through this stuff because He showed me time and time again that even when I feel lonely, I'm not lonely. And He's just helped me get through so many dark times and dark moments. But people do tend to, like if they're going through a dark time in their life and they turn away from God because they feel like, why is He not stepping in? You need to reach out.
I was really trying to think of this saying. Basically, like, you know how they be saying, like, if it was always...
You wouldn't be able to appreciate the good if you didn't go through
Yeah, but
the
it's something about rain. Like, if it was, Anyway, y'all,
Basically, you gotta have rain to appreciate the sun. Is what
Yeah,
you're
like,
saying.
if it was always sunny, you wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be another day. And
Yeah.
I feel like that just applies to your life. Like, if every single day, every single season of your life is just great, grand, you always just got money, you always just happy, everything is healthy, like...
Yeah, I definitely feel like you can, like, whenever you have, you know, those downs in life and you go through those trials and tribulations, it gives you a sense of being able to appreciate, when things are good, even when things aren't good, like, or not the best, but you might not have all the things you want, but you're still appreciative of what you do have in life. I guess I'll speak on my testimony a little bit, not too much, but but yeah, I definitely had some dark times in my life and deal with depressive episodes and anxiety, especially anxiety, Lord, and PTSD just from things that I've been through. But I feel like that's made me grow closer to God, going through those situations, because I don't know, I just had to hit rock bottom, because I really wasn't walking with God when I was going through those things, and making the decisions that I was making, and just getting caught up in those things. Don't get me wrong, I do still have my days for sure, but I've learned to lean on God throughout those things and not things of the world because of what I went through.
It's essential for some of us that you go through things to draw you closer to God. Because we, again, like I'm saying, like if everything is great, dandy, you've never been through no trials and tribulations in your life, what is going to make you long for that relationship?
Yeah,
that's why I be thinking about celebrities and stuff.
That was literally on my mind.
They feel like they have everything they need. They have everything and more. Like they don't. There's nothing that they want or they crave that they feel like only God can give them.
Yeah.
So they don't care to have that relationship. And God, if I ever blow up like that, please allow me to still seek that, because that's so important to me. Like I want to inherit the kingdom. Like
because people do get on and turn on God. Because they feel like they don't need him anymore. Yeah. I am always gonna need God, and I just feel like I said, going through those seasons of my life, like my eyes have been open to that. But back to the celebrity thing, I was literally thinking that. I was like, they're probably going, because when people have all the riches, all the fame, and then they're born into that, like, it's like, you don't have to really work hard because somebody already did it for you. So it's like, I mean, the journey is I just feel like the journey is much more beautiful whenever you can just experience it and build it for yourself.
Yeah, you appreciate it.
Yeah. And then once you get there, because it's like, I've heard people say all the time, like, once you get there, it's just like, okay, what now? Because they didn't enjoy the journey and to get into where they desired to be. But I guess I'll say that I deal with these things and still believe in God, because I know that my suffering is not just because I go through things, and I know there's a bigger picture, and I have a purpose that's even greater than me and what I'm going to do. So I mean, it's pretty easy for me to believe in God because I run to God when I'm feeling those things. So sometimes I do, stray away, but for the most part, I feel like as we all would. No, I feel like that's normal sometimes. But I always, I
will also say it helps to build your faith, because when you do overcome, I mean, it's kind of what we already said, but when you do overcome, you can look back and say, I knew God wasn't going to just let go of me, just leave me there. You're never left there.
Yeah.
So even when I go through things this is something that I talk to God about. This is a specific, this might not be that big of a deal, but okay, boom. Maybe 3 years ago, I was working a job and I hated it. Anybody that was in my life at that time, knew how much I hated that job, right? And I don't know, I just got to a point where I stopped going in. I ended up quitting, and I had nothing lined up. And it took me some time, maybe 2 months. Matter of fact, that's when I met you.
Oh.
It took me some time to get a job. I was working at a restaurant, that's how we met. But to get a job, it took me some time.
Man.
And during that season, y'all, I'm behind on bills. I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent, my card. Everything is just
Yeah.
But I was talking to my roommate at the time. And I mean, we lived together, but we didn't open up to each other much. So it was just one particular day where I opened up to her, and we were both talking. And I was just pretty much telling her what I was going through and how I was losing hope. And she was just speaking life into me and really just pouring it out, praying over me and everything. Tell me why I left and went to the gym. I got a call in the gym of a job offer. Literally, I got 2 job offers that same day, to the point where I'm trying to decide which job I want to pick. And that season for me was just like, and I was praying and praying and praying and just taking that leap of faith to quit that job with nothing. Like there was nothing lined up. But that really, I say all of that to say that going through hard times really builds your trust in God. You know that even when you are in that season, when I do have my depressive episodes, because I have them, I'm human. I have anxiety. I deal with all the things, but I trust in God that he's not going to leave me there. He never has. He never has. Like anytime I've gone through something, I've never stayed there. Yeah. So yeah, building that faith, drawing you closer to him. I know that these things are all essential and there's a reason for it. So like you said, I look at the bigger picture. So yeah,
some of our suffering sometimes can also be self-inflicted, not being obedient to God. Yeah, so like for example, if you were to stay at that job even though you were miserable, like your bills would have been paid, but you would have never been able to part and elevate like you did if you stayed at that job, because you just, if she didn't have faith in God or trust God.
If I wanted to just be comfortable and say, you know what, I hate this job, but I have to pay my bills. They're not going to get paid in any other way. Yeah. And they did. I literally, sorry, go ahead. A little testimony. I had applied for a loan. I probably was like $1,200 like short on whatever I had to pay. I applied for a loan, y'all. This loan would have put me in a position, mind you, I already wasn't working for like, sorry, my vitamins. But I already wasn't working for like 2 hours, for like 2 months. So as soon as I started a job and started having income, I would have been paying back a loan. They denied me for that loan. And at the time, I'm just like, again, hopeless. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I ended up getting the money like given to me. Like, you don't have to pay this back. Here you go. You keep it. Like I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday. Like, nobody in this whole entire world can ever convince me that God is not real. Stuff like that does not just happen. Like, people are not just generous like that. People don't just, oh, today you just so low, you at the worst place. And y'all, I prayed the prayer. Like, of course I was praying during that whole season, but when you get to that certain point, and this always happens for me, when I get to that certain point and I pray like, God, like God, for real. Like, I really like, it's I'm there. I need it. Like, I need you to look out for me. Like, for real. And then he comes through. And that's literally how it happens for me every time, y'all. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you don't believe in God, it's just, I don't understand how you don't. Like,
I just feel like people who don't believe in God, they haven't
experienced.
I would just say they haven't like opened their eyes to to the hand of God in their life, because it's just like, I mean, yeah, we go through things, but that does not negate God's existence and God's presence. God never said that if you come to him, everything's going to be perfect and you won't go through anything. He said that he's going to be with you in the valley. I don't get it either, but it just feels like I just want to shake him like. It's sad because it's like they haven't opened their eyes to, just the hand that God has, period, like in the world, but in their life specifically. So maybe they haven't had their moment, but yeah, because I do know some people who don't believe.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point as to why we do go through stuff, because people that don't believe, like, you're living your life day to day and you're not thinking about God, you don't believe in God. But if he does put you in that place where you don't have nobody but him or nothing but him, you're going to start to open your eyes, because...
Well, some people, if they get in that place, they gonna turn on God even more, because they're like, why am I going through this? And he's not real because I'm going through this.
That's true.
But
I know some people who will go through things in like repetition. Like, okay, for an example, somebody told me one time, I was at somebody's church, my friend's church, and her dad was like, he was the preacher. He was like, God will test you until you pass. So like, think about you taking a math course, and you failed this class this year. You're taking it again next year. You're not going to the next math class. You're not going to the next grade if you keep failing this class. Yeah. God is going to keep giving you the same test. So some people feel like they're stuck in this spot. Every time things get a little bit good, things are still bad, or they keep running into obstacles because you're not passing the test. You're not leaning on him. You're not having faith on him. So he's going to keep giving it to you until you do.
God don't bless no mess. But Yeah, that's a good point. I definitely agree because bottom line is it can be difficult, but for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but for me personally, just turning to God in those moments, it's excelled me so much. Like, and back to the whole like atheist thing, like my thing is like, have you tried to turn to God? Like, have you even given it a chance?
No, that's real.
Have you even given it a chance?
No, that's so real.
Because like, if you seek God, He will answer you. Like, He will answer you in a way that's specific to you, so specific that is undeniably Him. So just reach out for God.
That is such a good point. Like, y'all don't even want to try. Like, seriously, like, you don't even want to test. Like, if you hear people giving their testimonies and praising Him and talking about Him, you don't even want to see. Like, you literally have nothing to lose.
I could see why people would question God, but it's so, even if you don't believe in God, Jesus Christ, I don't see how you could possibly think there's not a higher power, like somehow, some way. Like, there's so many unexplainable things that you could only chalk up to God. I went to young adult service last week, and he was talking about, well, a point that he made, it was like the enemy tries to get people to run strictly off of logic, just trying to justify things by the physical all the time. Of course, you're going to be led astray and thinking God's not real, but like I said, some things are not explainable. Like, only God can, like, it can only be explained because of God. That's how I feel. Like, I genuinely don't understand how people could, like, they're trying to find a reasoning, a logic reasoning, some science behind everything. Like, I understand not being solely like spiritual and no logic, but you gotta have a balance, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, I saw this post the other day where it was like different scientists, like Albert Einstein, for an example. He has some type of quote where he said, the more I study science, the more I believe in God, or something along the lines of that. And it was like every big scientist you can think of had some type of quote they said along the lines of that, because they're literally scientists. That's what they do. They explore. They want to find why and how and what and when and who. And sometimes it gets to that point where they just like, man, it's no other way. Like, Albert Einstein is saying that, like, I'm just saying, like, you can, like,
for sure. Yeah. But we say all this to say, basically, I deal with mental health issues, you know, depression, anxiety, all the things. I deal with that and believe in God. I'm still able to believe in God and deal with those things because I know that my suffering is not without reason, and God has helped me out of those places before. I know He'll do it again. Like, He's done it over and over and over again. So that's how I still believe in God while dealing with mental health.
I would say now a lot of things make more sense to me than they did in the past. Like, when I'm in church and I'm getting the word, like, our pastor will say something and I'm like, okay, like, that I can see that. Like, we had a sermon a couple weeks ago, and it was basically talking about, I think I said this in the last episode, but basically talking about God won't give you more than you can handle. Like, that was pretty much the whole overall topic of the sermon. And just, okay, the more that I learn, the more that I read the Bible, the more stuff makes sense to me. Like, I can see somebody who's never read the Bible, they don't know, and they just think, oh, God is almighty. He should give us any and everything we want. Things should never be bad. I can kind of see them thinking like that if you've never opened the Bible, you don't know about Job and like just all the stuff that's happened to other people and the reasons behind things that you get when you really study the word. So yeah, that's all I got, y'all.
Especially as children of God, we have to have tough skin in this world, and I feel like our experiences, they build that for us, because being in this world, not of this world, it can be really tough, and you just feel lonely, and like you just, you know, just iced out by people a lot of the time, and that's not a good feeling lonely. So yeah, I mean, it's all for a bigger picture. Like, we go through these things, and a lot of the things I went through, you know, I'm still kind of trying to heal from it, but I can understand, like, that made me who I am today. Like, that made me stronger. That made me be able to set these boundaries, or be able to, like, you know, just be able to understand what I do like, what I don't like, what I want to be around, what I don't want to be around, and just like grow closer to God and just become a better woman and just who I am today. And I know that I'm still not done growing and I have so much more growing to do, but yeah.
Okay, y'all, so into our next topic. Do you think it's a red flag if a woman does not have a lot of female friends? I'm not gonna say initially that it's a red flag. Like if somebody just comes to me, they don't have a lot of female, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, she got something going on. Because do you think I have a lot of female friends, or like a regular amount?
I think it's a regular amount.
Okay, so I don't really know what you mean by like a lot.
So I'm saying, like, if somebody has like 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 people in their circle, 0 to 3 people in their circle, is it a red flag if they have that many people around? Not like
No, I wouldn't say that's a red flag, because I mean, like, how many good friends do you really need?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and that, I mean, that can really be a good thing, because maybe that person just doesn't keep people in their lives that are not serving a point. Like, maybe they're quick to cut people off that do them wrong, or they have higher what's the word I'm looking for, boundaries. So I feel like I would question it a little bit more if you have nobody, like you have no friends. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying that 100%, because I would hear you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, she ain't got no friends, she's weird. Like, I would hear her out. You know, maybe, like I said, there's been situations with friends where she had to remove herself. Mm-hmm. Maybe God is isolating her. Like, there's a whole bunch of reasons as to why somebody doesn't have a lot of friends. And a lot of friends, like, this day and age is kind of crazy. That's why I was asking, like, what's a lot? Mm-hmm. Most of my friends I've been friends with for years. Mm-hmm. I mean, I do have like newer friends too, but not a bunch. And if you're not, especially at our age, if you're not really in places where you're meeting new people, it's kind of hard to make friends.
Yeah, because we're not in school no more. Like, a lot of the time we made friends because we were in proximity.
Yeah, like on the daily.
Yeah.
So if that's not really your norm, talk. If that's not your norm, then it's like, it makes a lot of sense. I feel like a lot of people in our age and older don't have a lot of friends. So to answer that question, no, it's not a red flag for me.
I think it's a red flag if somebody has too many friends. Like, everybody's their friend. They go around, friend. Everybody's their friend. I think that might raise some, I'm not gonna say it's a red flag, but it might raise some, like,
concern.
Yeah, because a friend to all is a friend to none.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's a red flag if somebody doesn't have a lot of friends, because I'm that person and I'm a good person. I've just been through a lot, and like you said, I had to come to, I was at a point where I was surrounded by a lot of people and they just weren't serving. I don't want to say they weren't serving me, because that sounds so narcissistic.
No, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I don't mean like serving me literally, but like,
just not serving a purpose.
Yeah, adding value to my life and speaking life into me and
uplifting.
Uplifting and just pushing me to be the best that I can be, and vice versa. That's what I look for in friendships, like equally yoked and like same faith-based, same faith values. I'm not gonna go down list of things I look for in friends, but it's just those people were not aligning with that and where I was going. So yeah, I did like shed like basically everybody I was friends with from 2023 and before, just because I was in a different season of my life and I wasn't walking the walk that I'm walking now, or that I was like beginning to walk then. And it's like, as soon as I started walking that walk, that's when everybody started, like peeling themselves away. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's a red flag if they don't have a lot of female friends. It can be a little questionable depending on the circumstance, because now when people be like, oh, I don't hang out with girls because they're too much drama, I'd rather hang around boys, that's a red flag, because niggas are the messiest. They're so messy. Like, they're just as, if not more messy than women. So
see,
girl, you have more girlfriends
now I do. But when I was in high school, I had a lot of male friends, but that's because like a lot of bitches in my grades did not fuck with me. That makes me sound like that a red flag. But
that was high school though. So.
A lot of girls in my grade didn't like. They were drama, and I promise y'all it wasn't me. And I'm pretty sure I already explained that whole story in another episode. But yeah, I did have a lot of male friends then, and they were genuine. I would say I had at least 3 good male friends that were very genuine. Now I don't have none. Okay. Platonic relationships with guys are hard to come by.
Yeah, cause
yeah.
But I mean, like that's why. Well, hold on. Okay, my thing is like, you still had girlfriends though. It wasn't like you were strictly hanging out with guys. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when they're like, oh, I don't want to hang out with girls at all, and I just rather hang out with men, like, completely, that's a red flag. Especially, I say that because I lived with someone like that freshman year, and at first I didn't see a problem with it. I was like, what? Like, I remember, like, we were hanging out with some guys before, and she was like, she said that, like, I'd rather hang out with guys because girls are too much drama. And the guys were like, what? Like, they started getting on her. And I was confused. Later, I found out. I sure did. But I feel like the fakest people you know have the most friends. Like, a good, solid friend group, I'm not gonna put a number on it, but if like you're friends with everybody, like,
yeah, that's where it comes to, like, not really having boundaries, or back to the conversation of like, do you have friends just for certain things? Because are all these people really gonna show up if you have something going on? Are all these people coming? Are you inviting everybody to this?
Yeah.
Do you talk to these people every day or every week or every month? Like, what are friends to you? Like, again, have these people done you wrong? Because all them people, I refuse to believe you got 75 friends. They're just all good, great people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So, like, are you just letting them cross boundaries? Like, what is it? So I would definitely say too many friends is a red flag for sure. So, like I said, initially, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, that's just a straight red flag. But if I do become friends with you, and
you find out why you don't got no friends,
I'm starting to see some patterns, or you telling me about like situations with other friends and why you fell out with other people, and I'm like kind of peeping that you move weird, and I'm like, okay, maybe you're the problem.
Yeah.
And then I am gonna say it's a red flag, but I will give you the opportunity to show me who you are first before I just judge and say, oh, she ain't got no friends, she's weird.
Yeah, the benefit of the doubt.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because like it's like a case-by-case situation. But I don't want to say most of the time, but my situation, the reason I don't have a lot of friends is, one, because I don't really get out much, and I feel like maybe I need to put myself in those spaces. But like I said, like, I just shed it. Like, when I shed it, like my old self, those people shed it with me. So it's like, and now it's time, it's like, building a new, from the ground up, a new foundation, new solid circle to bring into my, and I just want to be more intentional with the people that I bring into my life.
That makes sense. And I was also going to say, everybody's not meant to be in your life forever. Some people are there for a season or to teach you something. So that could be it too. Like, maybe the people that you had when you were 16. I mean, like, I love the fact that I've been friends with some of my friends for so many years, because we've seen each other in so many different phases of our lives. But I have friends that I was friends with when I was 16, like this with, and I don't talk to them at all today. But that don't even just mean like we were weird to each other, or some people just are not supposed to be there forever.
Yes.
Some people need to, just like boyfriends. Like, I don't have 17 boyfriends. Like, if I don't have 2 boyfriends, you ain't gonna think I'm weird. Like, so some people are just not there, meant to be there forever, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That kind of brings us into our next topic. Would you stop being friends with someone for cheating on their partner?
It depends on the situation. If it's like he's a terrible person to her and she just getting her get back, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of like that. But if it's like he's a good man and he does everything for you, and like y'all are in a healthy relationship, and you cheat on him, I'm definitely gonna side eye you, because it's like, if he's not exempt from being betrayed by you, then who is? Like, who's to say I'm exempt from that?
Yeah.
So would I immediately stop being friends? If it's a one-time thing, no. But I'm gonna give you a stern, like, girl, like, Why? But if it's like a habitual thing, yes. Because if cheating is a part of somebody's character, then I feel like that is like they'll cheat other things in their life, not just their romantic partner. And I don't want to catch the strays from that. Okay. So yeah, that's how I feel.
I think for me it just depends.
Yeah.
So like you said, if they have a really, really good partner, I give myself a scenario in my head. Say your friend is in a happy, healthy relationship and they end up falling in love with somebody else, right? And they're basically having an affair, but they're not married, but they just being with this other person because they really love this other person now, and they're with their partner and everything is good, great, and dandy. But they meet somebody else and they feel like this person is like their person. They really are supposed to be with them, and they start testing out those waters and all the things. I don't think that I would stop being friends with them, because I feel like in a situation like that, even though it's happening on multiple occurrences, because you're basically having a full-blown relationship with that person, it's not like you're just out here cheating with this person and cheating with that person and cheating. Like, you just be cheating. So I think in that situation, I would definitely not stop being friends with them. And yeah,
I feel like that's just one of the times you gotta have a conversation with them. Like, do you really love your partner? Because you messing around, you in love with somebody else, you got your partner. It's gonna come to a point where you have to choose.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely, yeah. Honestly, especially if they're good, if they're a good partner. Now, if they really not shit, bro, I don't care. Like,
if they
do you, boo? Whatever keeping you, whatever's helping you heal, so you can leave that situation.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But if it's a situation like that where your partner is really, really good to you, you feel like you're falling in love with somebody else, then yeah, you should go ahead and have that conversation and leave shit. Let them go, let them be. But yeah, if you just be cheating.
But I just thought about it, because how does it even get to that point if you're in a relationship?
I figured you were gonna bring that up. I don't know, but I'm just thinking like,
yeah, it shouldn't even get to that point.
What if it's like a soulmate type of thing?
I mean, if it's meant to be, then it's gonna be. And that's just what's gonna happen. But I'm just saying, like, if you in a relationship,
I guess I always take shit to like an extreme measure. But I'm thinking about it like it being a soulmate type of situation, because for a regular person, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be putting yourself in a position to even fall for another person. You shouldn't be having these conversations. You shouldn't be flirting, too much talking. That shouldn't be happening. But if it's somebody that you really like, supposed to be with, your soulmate, we should make a topic about that one day.
What?
Soulmates. But if it's like your soulmate, that might happen without you trying. Because I'm just thinking about in the perfect world, like you run into your soulmate, I don't think it's going to take for y'all to have all these dates and deep talks.
Okay. God's will aside, like if God has a person for you, like your soulmate, and you're in a relationship with someone that's outside of his will, and he brings that person into your life and you have to make a decision ultimately, okay. That aside, but I'm just talking.
She's like, you always do it.
But I'm just talking about like
just regular.
Yeah, if y'all in a relationship, y'all are madly in love, and that person's your soulmate. You shouldn't be like you said, getting to the point where you're in love with somebody else.
You're
like
trying.
Yeah, flirting, talking, like giving each other attention, constant attention. If you fall in love, like it shouldn't get to that point.
Okay, I feel like some people are cheaters. Like some people are just cheaters and are not really meant to be in a relationship, and at least not right now. But I don't think that necessarily applies to your friendships. I think you can be a good friend and be a cheater. I genuinely think that, because if you are that person that's in that phase where you're not ready to settle down with one person, you want to still explore your options and this, that, and the third. That's the difference between a relationship and a friendship, because I can have other friends and still be good to my friend. You can be friends with this person and be friends with this person. In a relationship, you're only supposed to be with that one person. So I feel like you can still be a good friend and be a cheater. But should you be breaking people's hearts and getting in relationships and committing to somebody and cheating on them? No, I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that I support this or that you should do that. But I do think that you can cheat and just be a cheater. Like, you can just be a cheating ass person, but still be a good friend.
I don't know. I feel like that is a characteristic that's indicative of other similar characteristics. Like, because your partner is supposed to be like your person. Like, they come above everybody else. And if you cheat on them, who's to say that your friends are exempt from that? And I say that because I know this girl and she was messing with this dude for a little while. And he didn't really fuck with her. He was just not a good person to her. And so they stopped fucking with each other. And she went and fucked with his friend. And so, but his friend had a girlfriend. So he was cheating on his girlfriend. Not only was he cheating on his girlfriend, but he went behind his friend's back and messed with the same girl that he was messing with.
Yeah, but I don't think that means that every person that cheats would do their
Not
friend.
every person, but I feel like that's a indicator. Like, that's your friend. And
well, that person can just...
And you have a girlfriend. Like, you're not a good person.
Yeah, he's just not a good person. But I don't... but for me personally... Though. Okay, I don't know. The way that I look at it is like, betraying your friend... Being a cheater, right? You just a cheater. Like, you just like to have your cake and eat it too. That's just who you are, right? And again, this could just be during this point in your life because we're still young. But with your friend, like, you have to go to... I know it's still extreme to cheat, but I feel like you have to go to extreme measures to like snake your friend.
So, okay. Is that not betraying your friend? Fucking with a girl that you fucked
No, I'm not talking about that nigga. I already said that nigga is weird. I'm saying in general. Like, say right now, I have a boyfriend, and I'm entertaining another nigga, right? Okay, cool. What is equal to that for my friend?
I don't know. You could still... I just feel like...
Cause okay, in that situation, that girl is fucking with the nigga that she did or was dealing with friend, like...
Yeah, but she didn't owe any of them loyalty. He owed his friend and his girlfriend loyalty.
Okay, so right now, if I go cheat on my nigga, right? I'm not necessarily gonna go cheat on my nigga with my nigga friend. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna
but if you cheat on your nigga, who's to say that you won't?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So if I go cheat on my nigga, I'm not necessarily gonna cheat on my nigga with my nigga friend. It could just be some random nigga, like, whatever, cool. To snake my friend, I would literally have to go fuck with her nigga. Like, or fuck with somebody who she liked or has history with. Like, I just feel like,
I'm not saying you have to betray them in a cheating sense, but you can lie to your friend, throw dirt on their name, talk about them behind their back. Like, who's to say? Because, like I said, that cheating is an indicator of similar character traits. So to me personally, I just feel like if you cheating on somebody who you're supposed to put on a pedestal, like that you're supposed to love above like everyone else, like who's to say like you won't betray, lie on, like gossip about, like just be a bad friend to your friends as well. I'm not saying it's 100% gonna happen, but it's like, you know,
I guess I just don't agree.
Have you ever been friends with somebody who was cheating on their nigga?
Hell yeah.
Okay, was it just a random situation or was it like...
No, I've been friends with somebody who was literally a cheater. But y'all, we was so young though. We were like 9th, 10th grade, like maybe 11th. Like she was just a cheater. Like she just cheated on every nigga. That's what I'm saying. That was an example where she just didn't need to be in a relationship. She was not ready to settle down, whatever. But did she like betray me? Do like snake? Like no, like we never had.
I feel like she was just doing good deeds by treating these niggas how they should have been treated. Say no.
but I just don't necessarily feel like that because that's just like saying like I don't know.
Yeah, if you lie to your partner, then you're probably a liar and you're gonna lie to everybody else.
No, that doesn't mean that though. That's just like saying
if you habitually lie to your partner.
So say you be lying to your mama, right? You lying to your mama about where you going, where you at. You can just do that to her with nothing. Like, you love this woman. She literally birthed your ass. Take care of your ass. She feeds you. She clothes you. She got you a home, and you still lying to her. That don't mean you gonna go lie to your home girl. Like It doesn't necessarily mean that. I just genuinely feel like you can be a cheater. You can cheat on a man and still be a girl's girl and still be a good friend. Personally, I just feel like that.
Little white lies, like, oh, I'm here and you're not here, like, to your mom. That's different than, like, lying habitually to your mom about, like, serious stuff that's going on in your life. That's what I'm talking about. Like, not like, you know.
Like what?
Bullshit. I don't know. It could be anything. You could.
I feel like I lied to my mom. Like, I feel like I've lied to my mom about serious stuff. I'm not saying I'll be doing it now, but like, I feel like there's been times where I've done that, or yeah. But I don't mean I'm lying to my man or like you. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna stand on it. I do feel like you could be a cheater and still be a good friend. Now, am I saying that it's a situation that I would not raise an eyebrow at, just depending on, but it really just depends on how you treat me. Like if we've already had weird situations or situations where I've questioned your loyalty and things like that, then that would be kind of confirmation that that's who you are as a person. But if I've never had no situations with you where I've had to question your loyalty, you move weird towards me, nothing, or even with other friends, and it's just that nigga or just your niggas, hey.
I'm still on the fence because it's like, no, I'm not going to just cut you off and you're a bad person because you cheat on your nigga, but it is gonna make me raise an eyebrow, like, you know, because that's just like somebody who that's supposed to be number one, you're cheating on them habitually. Like, I can't wrap my head around that. Like, if you could do them dirty, you could do, and probably will do everybody else dirty, like friends and family. Let us know what y'all think down below. It's like
for real.
This is the first time we disagree.
Like fully disagree.
But let us know what y'all think down below. Would you stop being friends with somebody for cheating on their partner?
All right, y'all. Let's get into some advice. We need to find a name for this.
Yes, make sure y'all go on our Instagrams. Go on our Instagram at SoulSistas the Pod and DM us with any advice, any questions that you have, any situation scenarios, something you need to get off your chest. Just let us know, and we'll be here for you. Give you some sisterly love.
Let's see if I can read because I haven't been able to talk that way. Okay, so basically, like during the worst time of my life last year, I wasn't at my best and like I was dealing with grief. My friends at the time expected me to still show up the way I did before, and they had expectations of me that I couldn't reach. Okay, so basically during the worst time of my life last year, I wasn't at my best and I was dealing with grief. My friends at the time expected me to show up the way I did before, and their expectations of me weren't within reach. That made me feel like a bad friend because they called me aggressive when I was expressing how I was feeling, and they were making me feel. They called me aggressive when I was expressing how I felt and how they were making me feel. One of them got mad and upset because I didn't ask if she was okay. My grandma and aunt had just passed, and you're upset that I didn't ask you if you were okay, and I was honestly traumatized. I felt so alone, and they were always together and barely gave any effort to include me, knowing I needed support. We're no longer friends, but maybe someone else is dealing with this.
I feel like that was, you know who your real friends are when you go through things in life. So, and dealing with like the death of somebody so close to you, and I feel like everybody would know, like, well, as your friends, they would know, like, this was my dog, like, this was my person, they just passed away. And for them to distance themselves from you after you go through that, because they expect you to still show up how you were showing up, is kind of crazy. Like, I feel like they lack, either they haven't experienced grief in their life, or they just lack an alarming amount of empathy. Because even if they haven't experience grief in their life, like, they should still show up for their friend and be checking up on you instead of expecting you to check up on them. Like, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, I feel like they just lack human decency because, like you said, just because you haven't, no, for real, like, if you haven't dealt with grief, like, you still understand the severity of somebody dying, like, that's close to you or a part of your family. So I feel like it's common sense to expect somebody to not be how they were before when they're going through something like that. Showing up for your friend as much as you can, even when they're being distant, even when they're pushing away, is important in a friendship. Like sometimes you have to be selfless, put pride aside, keep reaching out, keep trying, pop up, do all the efforts, like not inviting the person, knowing they're going through something, even if they're gonna say no, just knowing that they want me there, they still care, they're still my friend, they want me around. Like that is very essential when you're going through, and not even just grief, like depression, whatever you're dealing with. And I was just talking to somebody about this like an hour ago. Sometimes it's hard to show up for other people when you're already dealing with your own stuff. So if I'm already dealing with my grief, if that person is already dealing with grief, expecting for them to show up for you when you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with. And I'm not saying you're wrong for expecting your friends to be there for you. I'm not saying that at all, but you do have to give them grace. You can't expect, this is the person I always go to for advice, she's always there for me. If she's dealing with something that major, you have to accept the fact or the possibility that maybe she doesn't have it in her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to sum it up, those weren't your real friends. That's like kicking somebody at their lowest. Like, you're gonna cut her off, you're gonna start hanging out without her, stop checking in on her because of what she's going through. Like, I could see if she just randomly out of the blue started being a weirdo. Yeah. But because of what she's going through, like, they just weren't your friends, and you were able to.
Yeah, and who are they to tell you how to express what you're feeling, especially if they're already isolating you, knowing that you're going through this. And I just feel like your feelings are valid. Like you said, those weren't your real friends. God removes to replace. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise, but I know niggas don't want to hear that. Yeah. But so it's definitely weird. I feel like it's a given, like, to just show up for your friends, especially in a time of grief. If you never show up for your friends, if you don't know how to show up for your friends, even if they're going through mental health stuff, you would know they're grieving, that you shouldn't need to be there for them. Like,
that's what I'm saying. There. Like, that's literally human decency. Like, how do you not just naturally know? Like, some stuff is just common sense. You don't have to go through losing a loved one to know that somebody is going to be messed up behind that. Yeah. Like, you just know that. Yeah. So why not do everything you can in your power to keep showing up for them until they get back to a point where they're more like themselves. Yeah. I just feel like that's so selfish. Like, that is overly selfish.
Yeah. They seem like energy vampires. Maybe, like, before you went through that, that grief, you were always showing up for them and just giving, and then once you pulled back from that, they like felt some type of way, and they weren't able to pour into you how you were pouring into them. Yeah. How would you navigate that situation? Like, I know that you would feel some type of way, anybody would feel some type of way of that, but like, how would you navigate that situation? First of all, you see that your friends are doing things without you now, and they're not really checking up on you, and they expect you to check up on them. Like, how would you navigate that situation?
As someone who's overcoming being prideful, realistically, y'all, I probably wouldn't do too much. I probably would let the what is it called? Let the whatchamacallit fall.
Cookie crumble?
Yeah. I probably would let the cookie crumble, because at that point it's giving, like, it's in my face. Like, y'all know what I'm dealing with. You know what's going on. You're not checking in on me. You're hanging out without me. Instead of pouring into me, you're literally draining me even more by putting me in a situation where I'm losing my friends, and I already lost my loved ones. Yeah. I think for me, that's enough confirmation that it really doesn't even require a conversation. Like, you're showing me who you are. So, and then I'm already fucked up behind what I'm dealing with. I probably wouldn't too much try to even communicate. If I'm being honest, I probably wouldn't even say nothing.
And even if you did come off aggressive, instead of them attacking your tone, they should have been taking in what you were saying.
I really forgot about that part.
Yeah. So, I think things just happen how they were supposed to. If they can't be there for you during grief, then what can they be there for you? Like, those are supposed to be your friends. Like, your friends are supposed to be there. You're like, you're rock, like, through anything and everything.
Through every stage. Yeah. So it's like, you only want to be my friend when I'm good and I'm happy and I can check in on you and go out and hang out. Then I don't want you to be my friend. Like,
it really makes me, like, think about, like, what was the dynamic in y'all's friendship before y'all fell out? Because I feel like, based on this, like, it you probably were giving more and more than they were.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then this just showed it, like put it in your face undeniably.
I agree.
Yeah. Make sure you guys follow our Instagram at SoulSistas Pod and send us some DMs, y'all. We want to give you our sisterly love and advice. It doesn't necessarily have to be like you want advice. You could just be getting something off of your chest. You need some validation or some confirmation. So let us know, y'all. Yeah.
It was so good talking with y'all. I really enjoyed these topics.
Yes, y'all. Make sure you tune in next week. Our new dropping days, we're trying to figure something out. We're shooting for Wednesday, but y'all let us know what day would be best for y'all. We want to accommodate to y'all's schedule. But yeah.
All right, love y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye.